start their quest for a trip to the national tournament with this second round game of the Region 6 Men's Division I basketball tournament. We're in Hartman Arena, located just north of Wichita in Park City. And in just a few minutes, it'll be Hutchinson matched against the Independence Pirates for the third time this season, with the winner advancing to the semifinals of Region 6. Hutchinson comes into this afternoon's contest at 29-1. They have a 9-game win streak going, and the Independence Pirates are 14-16. From a Hutchinson standpoint, that should be good news, but the facts are that in the postseason, the Blue Dragons are 0-0, and the Independence Pirates, who had to win a first-round game to get here, are 1-0. The records for the regular season do not matter from here on out in terms of determining the Region 6 basketball champion. Independence is here by virtue of a win over Garden City. That game played at Garden City. The Pirates were impressive in going way out west and taking care of Garden City 82-69. The Blue Dragons, as the conference champions by a wide margin, got a bye in the first round. That's how we find ourselves on this Sunday afternoon in Park City. There are 3 other games that will transpire in Hartman Arena today. In the 3 o'clock game, it is Butler 17-12 matched against a Pratt team that knocked off Cloud County on the road. And then at 5 o'clock, Neosho County plays Coffeyville, the only team to have beaten Hutchinson this year. And the late game is Cowley against Barton. And the winners of those will advance. They won't play tomorrow. Tomorrow, Hartman Arena turns itself over to women's basketball, and we'll have the quarterfinals of the women's here tomorrow. Hutchinson will play the 3 o'clock game. And, of course, Glenn Grunwald and I'm Rusty Hilst. We will be here for that one. In case you're wondering, the Blue Dragon ladies tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock matched against Barton. And that broadcast on Country 102.9, a little bit at the mercy of the preceding game, but we're expecting to take the air about 2:50. Hutchinson has played the Pirates already a couple of times. Hutchinson won on January the 9th in the Sports Arena by a score of 80-63, and then not very far down the road at all, the Blue Dragons visited Independence. That was February the 26th, and the Blue Dragons won in Indy 82-74. 2 teams very, very competitive. 2 games very, very competitive. When you look at the Blue Dragons and the Independence Pirates, for the Pirates, leading the way in those 2 games was Shantez Scroggins and DeJohn Streeter. They're averaging 19 and 19.5 in games against Hutchinson. Tyrone Riley and Michael Carson averaging 12 points per outing. DeJohn Streeter was really consistent. He had a 20 game against the Blue Dragons. And Michael Carson in the game at Independence tossed in 20. For the Blue Dragons, that's pretty much as usual performances. For Hutchinson, the leading scorer in 2 games against Independence has been J.J. Rhymes. He is averaging 18 points a game. Hard to figure out what's going to happen with Nick Sheckage. He has not played a lot of minutes, but in the final game of the basketball season against Dodge City, Sheckage was a big factor. And it will be interesting to see how many minutes Big Nick gets. Now, there are those of you out there that are thinking, well, surely this really doesn't make that much difference for the Blue Dragons, because at 29-1, one would think Hutchinson would be in line for an at-large bid to the national tournament, and that may very well be the case. But these are the numbers going into action this week. There's one unbeaten team in the country, that's South Plains. Hutchinson is a 1-loss team. San Jacinto is a one-loss team. Georgia Highlands has lost one. McLennan has lost one. Jones County has lost one. North Dakota State College of Science, they've lost one game. Now, you would expect that many of those teams would go on and win their region, and that may very well be the case. But if you want to be a pessimist and say every one of them gets upset, then Hutchinson would be just one of a whole bunch of teams with 2 losses. And on the men's side, for the men's national tournament, there are just 4 at-large berths. Now, the women's is a little bit different. They have 8 at-large spots. Now, one thing has changed for the national tournament that we probably should talk about. It used to be that if you were an at-large entry into the national tournament, you could not be seated any higher than number 8. That is not the case anymore. The committee will look at all the teams entered into the national tournament, and they'll determine those seedings based on whatever their criteria is.
And that's what they did last year. Yeah, started last year, so you're right.
So, Hutchinson and the Pirates. The Blue Dragons 0-0, but actually 29-1. The Pirates 1-0, but actually 14-16. We're going to let's take about a 1-minute break. We'll be back with more pregame.
I've got much.
Well, looking at the starting lineup, first of all, for the Independence Pirates, who are coached by Tony Turner. He's in his 4th season as head man of the Pirates. He'll start 6-foot sophomore Shantez Scroggins, youngster out of Topeka, averaging 9 points on the season, but 19 in 2 games against the Dragons. DeJohn Streeter from Niagara Falls, New York, a great place to be from. 6'4" sophomore. He's averaging 16.5 points a game, almost 20 in the 2 matchups against the Blue Dragons. Tate Turner is from Independence itself. He's a local kid, 6'2" sophomore, averages 14.5. The Dragons have really shut him down. Just a 4-point average in 2 games against Hutchinson. And then the other 2 starters are 6'5" sophomore Tyrone Riley and 6'6" sophomore Michael Carson. Riley from East St. Louis, Illinois, averaging 10, and Michael Carson is from Kansas City. He averages 7, but a dozen points a game in the 2 matchups against the Blue Dragons. For the Blue Dragons, Steve Eck, and I hope you saw the article in the Hutchinson News this morning. Tremendous article on Coach Eck, and what a marvelous, marvelous coaching career he has had. He will start Shakur Justin, youngster. He is from Patterson, New Jersey, 6'7" sophomore. In my eyes, the best player that I have seen in junior college basketball this year. Averages 17 points a game and 12 rebounds. Poppy Conley from Derby is a 6'3" sophomore, averaging 10. Samaje Haynes-Jones, bound for Wichita State next year, 6' sophomore, team's best 3-point shooter. He averages 17. And Samaje has knocked down 62 3-pointers. J.J. Rhymes has been terrific in both of those games against Independence. 6'4" freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, averaging 15.5. And Nick Čekić, 7'1" sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia, coming off his best game as a Blue Dragon against Dodge City. His season average a pretty modest 4.5 points a game, but against Dodge City, he was definitely a factor. If you're looking at 3-point shooters for the Pirates, Streeter is by far the best. He's knocked down 74 of them. That's 12 more than Blue Dragon best Samaje Haynes-Jones. Tate Turner, also a capable 3-point shooter. But as a team, the Pirates shoot just 34% from three. The Blue Dragons shoot 33% from three. These are two good defensive teams. Hutchinson giving up 72.5, and the Pirates 75.2. Blue Dragons have a big edge in scoring, where Hutchinson averages 93.3, and Independence 77.1. If the Pirates have an advantage, if the game is tight, they have been the better free-throwing team of the two. With the Blue Dragons, well, they're just a single point away from having a perfect season. Their only loss, a one-point decision to Coffeyville. Glenn, it should be a great afternoon.
It really should be. Indy's been a little yo-yo-y. They lost 3 in a row, and then they won at Garden. They went into Garden, won convincingly 82-69. So it doesn't matter once you get here. You just got to get to Hartman Arena, and here they are. So they have nothing to lose. So look for them to play that way.
It takes a 3-game win streak by any one of the 8 teams that are still here. A 3-game win streak starting right now to make your way to the national tournament.
Exactly. We will know shortly. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout while they do the national anthem as well as do set starters from the PA. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes from Hartman Arena.
Well, the starting lineup's being introduced to a nice crowd of people, nice representation of Hutchinson's fans across the way, decked out in red. Supposedly, the University of Kansas has representatives here this afternoon. No secret that they are interested in Shakur Houston. And I would guess that there will be, before the day is over, lots of coaches here on hand.
I think so too. There's a lot of scouting services available, and even more will probably come in over the next couple of days, depending on what happens with all the teams in the Jayhawk. Talent's been pretty good this year. Introduction of players taking place. Excuse me, Russ.
It has been the longest conference season ever in the history of the Jayhawk Conference, 26 games. These teams have all seen each other. There's not going to be any secrets. But what I like about it is these teams have not only seen each other twice, they've played 26 competitive games. There haven't been very many walkovers. This has been a tough league, and the fact that these games should be close all the way down to the very end, I don't think that's going to scare anybody because they've been involved in them.
I think you're exactly right, especially on the guys' side. From head to toe, there have not been many blowouts, and you're exactly right. When I looked up the Indy scoring and who they had beat, for example, they went into Coffeyville and got a win at Coffeyville. We know how hard that is to do. And you're exactly right. Indy will be decked out in their dark grays with kind of a beige trim to them, kind of shaded beige and blue numerals, gold trim. Blue Dragons getting their classic whites.
This is a team, and I had the privilege of doing both of those earlier games between Hutchinson and Independence. This is a team that if the Dragons have a letdown, Independence can play with them.
Exactly, and that's what you got to watch against here is the letdown after that long, grueling conference season. Dragons back-to-back champions. First time, only the fourth time in the history of the Blue Dragon program that they've been undefeated on the road, and it's the most road wins with 14. Last time was back in 1967, 68, 68, 69. Tips control by the Blue Dragons. As the ball goes back to Sketchix, and Poppy Conley will bring it up.
Zone.
This side against that zone. Here's Samaji Haynes-Jones back outside to Conley, trying to move the ball around. First possession of the ball game, loose basketball, but picked back up by Poppy Conley. Good little point guard out there. Here's Samaji. He'll knife inside, a little runner, teardrop, shot comes up, nope, doesn't go, and a rebound put up and in by Justin.
So Justin's stat line begins with an offensive rebound and a basket.
Just underway, glad to have you along. 2-0, Blue Dragons with the lead on top. Ball on the outer perimeter. They'll weave it out front with the basketball on the outside. Turner had it. Now Riley. Loose basketball picked up by the Blue Dragons. Samaji Haynes-Jones comes up with it. Hutch wants to run. They try to run on every opportunity. Here's Samaji. He'll gun it on his way. Rims out on him. No good. Sketches kept to the line, but out of bounds it went. It'll be go over to Independence. So what's different here at Hartman Arena, Russ, they keep wanting to look up and see the scoreboard. They're both on both ends. Yep. So you got to pay attention to that a little bit, both as a broadcaster as well as a fan. Here comes Indy. Up the court, they'll set it up. Justin with the basketball. Defensively down low underneath with the basketball front with Scroggins. Now they have the ball. Turner has it. They'll work it around the outer perimeter. Well, had a good look, decided not to shoot it on the way. Turner has it again. Now they bounce out and stop the weave. Ball on the outer perimeter. Shot put up. Not there. Sketches with the rebound. They had to settle on a corner shot. Good defense by the Blue Dragons. Indy maybe shot it quicker than they wanted to. Conley on the outside. Dragons up 2-0, just underway. J.J. Rhymes has the ball pop loose. He'll take it on the dribble. Pulls it back outside. They'll work it to the right wing. Here's Sketchix underneath. Takes it on the dribble inside. Loses the basketball on the floor. Trying to get to it. Jump ball is going to be called. Possession there will be Indy's.
And that's what you really don't want Nick doing. You don't necessarily want him putting it on the floor because although he is a very capable shooter, he is a suspect ball handler.
Well, Indy's really coming after the basketball. They really were hawking J.J. Rhymes out front. Once Nick got it, you're exactly right. They crashed on in to make it tough. Ball on the outside, into the hands. They put it to Turner. He'll weave it. Again, they run that weave out front to drive inside by Carson. Shot up and good. We're tied at 2. 17:53 to go in this first half of play. Just underway. Glad to have you along on this Sunday afternoon quarterfinals from Hartman Arena. Ball on the outside right. Rhymes kicks it all the way over to Justin. Justin back outside to Samaji, working against that zone. Here's Conley. Goes up, ball flips away from him, and out comes Indy with the basketball. Turnover Dragons. Indy on the run out. Basket's good. Count it. And then one. Foul's going to be charged against Nick Sketchich. He'll pick up the personal. So 4-2, early lead for Indy now, just underway. 17:28 to go in this first half of play. At the line will be Streeter. DeJean Streeter, he's a good one. Free throw toss is up and good. 3-point play. He's out of Niagara Falls, New York.
So far, the Dragons having trouble getting the kind of looks they want against that zone defense.
5-2 ball game. Indy with the early lead. Samaji Haynes-Jones outside. Poppy Conley will gun it on his way. It's off, no good. Rebound's going to be cleared out by Streeter. And Indy will bring it up quickly. Up the court, Scoggins. Back outside, Streeter. He'll shoot it on his way. It's not there. Rebound taken away by J.J. Rhymes. Rhymes wants to push it. He'll bring it across the timeline. They'll whip it down low. Off of Kai Mitchell, out of bounds. Turnover, Dragons trying to get the low pass. And Steve Beck up calling out the play. Another Dragon turnover. Left to right now, Indy will have the basketball. And they will be inbounding. Leading at 5-2. Indy on the dribble will bring the basketball up. Scoggins. They're 14-16, ninth seed in the Region 6 tournament. They'll weave it out front with the ball against Scroggins. But saved by Indy. They'll reset the offense. Streeter down low underneath. They'll whip it back on the outer perimeter. Did not hit iron a little while ago. Matter of fact, I don't even think it was a shot. It sails out with 2 on the shot clock now. Scroggins a gun and hit the three-pointer. And just like that, it's 8-2. Blue Dragons digging a little bit of a hole with a couple of turnovers here.
And the Pirates are getting the better looks at the basket so far.
Underneath, Houston goes up strong and scores it inside.
Not any better than that one, though.
He took it right down that left baseline, puts it up and in. Lead is now cut to 4 at 8-4. Indy with the lead. Pirates working on the outside. Touching the ball. Outside is Carson. He'll give it off quickly to Streeter. He'll go up.
Blocked by Houston.
Blocked away by Houston. That's just one of many that he's going to get. Or he has had during this year, I should say. Here's Kai Mitchell. They'll skip it across. J.J. Rhymes. He'll pop the three. Rims off on no good. Nobody there to rebound. The rebound cleared away by Tyrone Riley. He's out of East St. Louis, Illinois. Independence basketball. 8-4. Indy leads it. They'll drive underneath. Kicks it back outside. Jumper up. Missing. Houston with another board. Takes it away with one arm. Kicks it down now to J.J. Rhymes, and a timeout's going to be taken. Steve Beck wants to talk things over. A half-minute break coming your way. 15:25 to go in the first half of play. Dragons trail by 4, 8-4. Indy on top. Rusty and I'll be back with more from Hartman Arena in 30 seconds.
Well, the Pirates off to a nice start. They lead Hutchinson 8-4. Shakur Houston with a couple of baskets for Hutchinson's only points. He also has 3 rebounds.
Feed inside to Kai Mitchell. Goes up strong and gets the N1. Nice job by Kai inside. Work his way inside and gets the shot up and in.
Thought he might have shuffled both feet getting that shot up.
Got away with it, though, if he did. Blue Dragons got to move that ball around the perimeter, try to dribble penetrate, get some mismatches. Free throw by Kai Mitchell's up and good, and the Dragons complete a three-point play of their own. Makes it 8-7. Hutchinson down by 1. Indy basketball as we near the 15-minute mark of this first half of play. Ball on the outside, Turner has it. Bounce pass comes out high now to Streeter. Down low, a little give and go. Blocked from behind by Kai Mitchell. Boy, did he ever go up high to get it, and the Dragons come out with it. Grabbed it from behind and did not foul the individual. Good job by Kai Mitchell. They'll skip it all the way across. Samaji from the corner right. Rims off, no good. Rebound. Bandu tried to get to it. He's in there, and the rebound comes out to Indy. Devontae Bandu into the lineup. Indy works it around the outside. The left side. Islace breaks down. Kicks it right corner right. Jumper, three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound cleared away. Out of bounds. Last touch, though, off of Kai Mitchell. So a fresh 30 and the basketball now for the Indy Pirates.
Neither of these teams is great from three-point land. They both like to get it inside. Of course, I guess you could say what basketball team doesn't.
There's a few that'll go with the 3 first if they can get it, but not very many. It's not a good percentage shot. Devontae Bandu, by the way, out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He's a wonderful young man. There's a foul on Poppy Conley. One of those silly ones, Rusty. The ball's coming way out to Turner. Poppy's thinking he can maybe get a steal. Ends up kicking a foul up, and he's going to have to take to the bench.
Yeah, just his first foul.
Poppy usually
Poppy a little bit tight. He'll be fine.
had the basketball. 14:08 to go in his first half of play. Ball on the outside. Scroggins drives it in, pulls it back outside. Streeter. Jumper up and on his way by Streeter. Off, no good. Kai Mitchell trying to keep it alive. He does. Houston grabs the board. Here comes J.J. Rhymes on the outside for the Blue Dragons. He'll knife in, puts up the shot. It's off, no good. Comes out of there, and a rebound cleared out by Indy. Well, I thought it was going to go down the way J.J. usually shoots the basketball. Very soft touch, and that's a soft rim on that west side here, but it did not go. 13:35 remaining to go. His first half of play. Little give and go underneath. Jumper does not go on a missed shot. And down hard went an Indy player. It was McCallum down low. It looks like he's going to shoot free throws possibly.
Kai Mitchell picking up the Hutchinson foul. I thought for a moment it was not going to be called.
At the line will be D'Anthony McCallum out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Free throws up and in, gives Indy a 2-point lead now at 9-7. Here comes Sal Nuhu for his first appearance in the region tournament. Freshman out of the Bronx, New York. Played well against Dodge City.
And he'll be a factor on the glass.
Kid can really jump. Comes in for Kai Mitchell. Free throws up and good. So the lead now at 10-7 for the Indy Pirates. A 3-point edge. 13:24 to go in this first half of play. First game of the quarterfinals. 3 more on today, and then the girls, their turn starts tomorrow. Lady Dragons with a 3 o'clock tip. The feed down low. J.J. Rhymes has a strip from him, and the foul's going to go on Streeter. J.J. will step to the line. He took your place the other night, Rusty.
How did he do?
He did a good job, soft-spoken. He was scared to death. Talked a little bit about...
Actually called that foul on Tate Turner.
Did they? Okay, thank you. This little shimmy, talked about his shimmy move. Free throw comes out on him, no good. Nice young man out of Phoenix, Arizona. Shadow Mountain High School. Free throw toss is up and rims out. Well, again, another rebound cleared out by Houston as he continues to clean the boards. Here's Bandu, got the travel call to go against him. Bandu tried to shake a move and turns the ball over.
Dragons just look a little bit tight here. Nobody is completely relaxed yet, except maybe for Houston.
I think you really can tell that shot by the free throw shot by JJ, same way. Just pinballed out, started to work on the confidence a little bit. Ball on the outside, McCallum. Gives it off to Scroggins. Scroggins dribble penetrates, kicks corner left. They'll drive inside. Layup does not go. Tip try not there. Loose basketball. Indy comes up with it. Good hustle by Riley to keep it alive. They're a scrappy club.
Well, right now they're out rebounding Hutch 8-7.
3-pointer by Scroggins. No good. Bandu with the rebound. Outlet to Samaji Haynes-Jones. Hutch on the run. They'll bring it up to set up the offense.
Indy does a good job of getting back. They know the Dragons are tremendous in the transition game. You must get back against Hutch.
They'll give it off to Houston. He'll bounce it to the middle, puts it up and in. Houston getting it done inside. 10-9 now. The lead is 1 for the Indy Pirates. Houston doing a great job on the inside.
He has 6 points. That was a nice little soft touch jumper from about 6 feet in front of the basket.
He'll angle dribble to the right side. That's Scroggins. Back to Riley. He'll kick it back to Scroggins again. Samaji defends on him. They'll go to the basket. Not there. Rebound cleared. Houston tipped it out to Rhymes, and Rhymes will bring it up. He'll drive down. Offensive foul is going to be called on Rhymes as he bounced right into the chest of Turner. And JJ will pick up his first personal. He knows he's coming out. He'll check to the bench, and a timeout's going to be taken immediately. 9.
neither of these teams really getting it done offensively right now. The Pirates have a 10-9 lead over the Dragons, but they are just 3 of 13 from the field. Hutchinson being led by Shakur Justin, 6 points, 5 rebounds. He also has an assist and a block shot.
With the basketball, Indy. The Pirates have played well over this first 8 minutes. Ball on the outside. They'll shoot up the 3 ball. It comes out no good. Rebound by Salnuhu underneath. Juice in the ball game. Ball on the outside. Poppy Conley. They'll work it over to Rhymes on the far side. Back left. Now to Bandu. He'll gun it on its way. Hits it. Nice basket by Bandu as he took the open shot.
First Hutchinson lead of the game.
11-10. Blue Dragons with that early lead. Jumper up and on its way. No good. Rebound by Salnuhu again. Blue Dragons will bring it up. Here comes Bandu. Bandu into the forecourt. Left side. Here's Justin trying to take baseline. Kicks it left side underneath. J.J. Rhymes goes up. Has it rejected. Here comes Indy on the run. Indy to the forecourt. Ball kicked as Poppy Conley trying to get to it. It goes off his foot out of bounds. It'll be Indy basketball on the far side, right in front of the Blue Dragon bench. Inbounding will be Streeter. Tate Turner back into the lineup. Takes Scroggins' place on the Indy lineup. Turner out of Independence, Kansas, hometown boy. Right side, McCallum. Bounce pass. Nice pass inside, but not able to handle it was Jesslyn Grant, who had just checked in. He's out of Bowie, Maryland. Just enough of English on it, he couldn't handle a hard pass.
Yeah, it had that top spin on it, and it just
kind of like bowling.
Kind of jerked out of his hands and out of bounds.
All right, Blue Dragon basketball leading at 11-10. Dragons Justin on the outside. Inside to Salnuhu. He'll bounce underneath. Athletic shot does not get it, but the foul's called, and he'll step to the line to shoot free throws.
I let him shoot that shot. I don't foul him on that one.
Exactly. Pretty well could tell it was going to go up, but he was fouled just a little bit before that. Sal had a weird angle to try to go up. Takes his time at the free throw line. Deep knee bend. Here's the shot. Free throws up and good. Trying to have Sal stay somewhat healthy this year. Here's the Dragons a 2-point lead now. Justin gets a nice round of applause as he steps out. Free throw toss by Salnuhu's got them both. That's good to see.
Yeah, Sal has really improved his free throwing.
Up the court comes the Indy Pirates. Team 10 now. Hutchinson with the lead by 3. Pirates Streeter back outside now. McCollum had it. Back to Streeter. Streeter loses control of the basketball, runs it down. They'll reset the offense. A little give and go down low on the baseline. Shot way off its mark. Put up by Betzklau, and ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Blue Dragon basketball. Oh, they called a foul. They got the foul call on Streeter. That'll be his first, I believe.
Yep.
That's right. I had called one earlier that you said was not on him, because I thought I had called his name out with a foul again. There's a three-pointer by Devontae Bandu. Not there. Salnuhu with a great rebound. Put back up and in.
How about Salnuhu?
Yeah, know it. The head coach, Tony Turner, won it over and back. Didn't get the call.
Salnuhu just might grow into a tremendous Blue Dragon.
And we got a quick foul called on Turner. Tate Turner picked up the quick foul. It'll be Dragons is leaded by. We're going to break in. Rustin, I'll be back with more from Hartman Arena. Hutch 15, Indy 10. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Well, we have seen a Blue Dragon offense perking along in a lot more efficient fashion than it has so far this afternoon. But defensively, Indy's hit just 3 of 16. Dragons are doing a whale of a job defending.
Here's Nuhu down low, and a travel call goes against Blue Dragons' Nuhu.
5 turnovers on the Dragons, just 3 on the Pirates.
Blue Dragons have put up 14 shots, hit 6. Indy, 3 out of 16. Blue Dragons kind of red hot right now, 42.9% shooting. Up to court, Indy, they'll work it. And McCallum on the outside, on our near side, pulls up with the basketball, gives it off. Trying to go off the ball screen now, and they'll roll right. There's Turner with the basketball. Dragons have really turned up their defensive intensity. Feed down low on the baseline. They'll kick it corner left. Three-pointer attempt doesn't go. Rebound, Houston off the missed shot, put up by Streeter.
That's 6 of them already.
Here's Bandu with a floater. Won't go. Ball tipped out. Underneath goes flying, goes Houston. Or check that Bandu, and a foul called underneath.
I think they're going to put Kai Mitchell up there to shoot.
It will be. Thank you, Rusty. It's Kai Mitchell at the line. Kai's had a good half of the regular season. He's played well. Played extremely well in Garden City. Free throws up and good by Kai Mitchell. Here comes Samaje Haynes-Jones back in. Also checking back in will be Scroggins. And the line will be Kai Mitchell. Free throw toss is up and good. Boy, he has a nice looking shot, doesn't he, from the free throw line?
Those two were very pretty. A lot of arch.
17-10. Dragons right now on a 10-0 run. Indy took that lead to 10-7. Ball on the outer perimeter. Back outside now. Here's Turner, the jumper by Turner off. It's marked no good. Oh, Houston had the rebound, but he kicked it out, and the Dragons didn't get to it. And Indy still with the basketball again. They'll rekey the offense. They'll dump it down low in traffic. That's Carson. Follow-away jumper not there. Rebound cleared away by Houston. He'll come up with the basketball and then throws it away. Thought Poppy Conley was going to cut farther down the court. Did not. Ends up being a Dragon turnover after a heck of an effort to get to the basketball. Streeter on the outside. Skips it over to Turner. Turner surveys J.J. Rhymes defensively. J.J. Rhymes, a trip call. Boy, that's a tough one right there. Who are you going to call it on? It's going to be on Samaje. No, Kai Mitchell. Kai Mitchell's who they're going to whistle.
And that will become a problem because that is 2 fouls on Mitchell. He will have to come out.
It was so apparent on the foul, I wasn't sure who they were going to call it on because he got kind of tripped across the lane. There's a steal. Samaje just flat took it away. Here's Houston. He'll loop it up. Put back by Sal. Nuhu off the miss by Houston. Possessed out there. And there's going to be a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take one too. 7:43 to go in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Well, the Blue Dragons on a tear. They lead it now by a score of 19-10, which means that Hutchinson has outscored the Pirates 17-2 since early on. Blue Dragon defense really terrific. 15.8% shooting for Indy right now on 3 of.
Dragons pull closer right now on a nice little run. Indy with the basketball. They're just not getting it done. They'll drive in, shot up, missing. That's kind of how their afternoons win. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Indy's basketball.
There's a little intimidation going on the inside.
15.8% field goal shooting right now for Indy. Dragons are red hot, 41.2%. And for position, Indy player that is, they finally get it in. Dribble drive left. Turner gets boxed in underneath. Bounce passes it out. They'll reset the offense. Streeter has it. 20 on the shot clock. 7:09 to go in this first half of play. Give and go down low. Ball back outside into the paint. Drives inside, can't get it done. Finally put back up and in by Riley. He missed the first one.
Nice offensive board work by Riley.
Riley stuck with it and was able to get it up and down. And that's a long drought right there. 19-10 now. Dragon lead is 9. Here's Poppy Conley. His shot way off the mark. Rebound's going to be cleared off. Hit iron, but it was not on a straight direction. Here, Indy brings it up quickly to the goal. Ball on the outside. And a palming the basketball is going to be called. They're going to whistle that on Turner. Bandu back into the Blue Dragon lineup. I'm impressed with how hard Sal Nuhu is playing.
Well, 7 rebounds for Houston, 5 rebounds for Nuhu. They have as many rebounds between the two of them. They have more rebounds than the entire Pirate team.
And Houston checked in about 3 minutes ago. He's got a ton of rebounds in a short period of time. Here's Bandu over to J.J. Rhymes. He's yet to score other than free throws. Shot up, missing, rebound cleared underneath. Actually, rebound's going to be cleared out by Indy. Left side jumper from the corner. It hits the side of the board. Not there. Houston off the floor. Rebound goes to Bandu. Bandu takes it in, puts it up and scores it. Nifty move by Bandu. And Devontae comes in and gives the Dragons some instant offense off the bench. 21-12 Hutchinson. Indy off the ball screen. Goes left side, kicks it over to Scroggins. He's out to Topeka, Kansas, in-state product. Out top now to Riley. He'll drive inside, bangs into.
Call's going to go against Nuhu.
Inbounding will be Independence. Nice delegation of Dragon fans. The Reds in the seat on the far north side. A drive to the basket. Shot won't go. Rebound Nuhu. I checked that. Bandu underneath comes up with it. Here comes Samaji. He'll give it off underneath. And stepping on the baseline, I think, was Sal Nuhu. Put one of those big size, 14s, out of bounds. Tough turnover right there. Dragon lead 21-12. 5:18 to go in this first half of play. Ball on the outside, maybe carrying the basketball a little bit was McCallum, got away with it. Scroggins. Back to McCallum. It's a simple motion weave. Scroggins, he'll kick it left wing.
7 to shoot.
He'll dribble drive on Ryan, spins to his left, gets called for the travel. Yes, travel call, turnover against Independence. Boy, in the first round action of men's play, Rusty, 3 upsets. With one of them was Indy going to Garden City and pounding Garden City 82-69.
That's what happens in the postseason.
Yeah. Neosho with a 2-point win over Dodge City, 79-77, to try to still keep their possibility of being the defending region champions. Ball sails away from the Blue Dragons as it was misplayed off the hands of a Dragon. Indy gets it back.
Indy has shut the Dragon offense down considerably, but their own offense has been totally stagnant. Hutchinson's defense has been very good.
Jumper up and good by Tyrone Riley from the free throw line. Corner, puts it up and in. Makes it 21-12. So a little bit of a 4-0 run now by Indy. Feed down low underneath. Samaji Haynes-Jones with the basket. Assist by Rhymes. 4:08 to go. Dragons 23-14 this first half of play. The other upset was Pratt going up to Cloud County and winning by 6. Ball on the outside. Underneath they go to Houston. His tip try not there. Gets his own board. Head fakes, goes up strong and scores it. He's playing well today. Houston, second opportunity, points.
He has 8.
25-14. Blue Dragons lead it. 3:27 to go before intermission. Follow-away jumper up and on his way by Indy. Not there. Samaji Haynes-Jones picks up the basketball and he'll bring it on the dribble across the half court. Hutchinson up by 11. Here's J.J. Rhymes. Dribble penetrates, pulls it back, gives it off to Samaji instead had stepped out of bounds. Samaji Haynes-Jones foot hits the line. Timeout's going to be taken with 3:09 to go in this first half of play. Is it a full or a partial? Let's see what it's going to be.
I think it's immediate.
It is going to be immediate timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back.
Well, for those who advocate moving the three-point line back, they would not use this game as evidence because 1 of 10 shooting from 3 for Indy, 0 for 4 for the Blue Dragons. Hutchinson, a big rebound.
Back outside, Scroggins will shoot off on him. No tip to the Bandu. Bandu will bring it up. Left side, they'll drop it down the low blocks to Houston. Back outside, Samaji Haynes-Jones. His shot won't go. Rebound cleared out there by Indy. Had a good look. Didn't get it to drop. Ball on the outside by the Indy Pirates. Right side, McCallum. He'll hand it off away. Fall away jumper up and on its way. Nice looking shot. That's twice now that Riley has scored from that right side with a soft shot. 2:14 to go in the half. 25-17 your score. Dragons on top. Blue Dragons of Hutchinson. Bandu shoots and misses. Salnuhu with another rebound. He can't get it done, but gets another board, puts it up, gets another board, and finally he's fouled. Oh my goodness. Foul's going to be called, I believe, on, is it Kendall Guard? They'll check that. They'll put it on Streeter.
It'll be his second.
Salnuhu playing hard.
He really is. He's a rebounding machine.
Takes his time, bends the ball way back over his head in his routine at the Shar Ahmed.
Shear had a pretty good season.
He beat Illinois. Free throw point difference 6-16. As well as the corner attempt. And Hutchinson will bring it up. Here's J.J. Rhymes, Samaji Haynes-Jones. Corner right to Bandu. Three-pointers good from the corner. Bandu with the basket.
First Dragon 3.
Bandu with 7 in his first half of play off the bench. 1:18 to go. Ball on the outside. They'll weave it around. Here's Streeter. Streeter had 20 and 18 in the 2 respective games against the Dragons. Dribble penetration. They'll kick it back on the outside. Dribble this time by Streeter. Takes it in and lays it up and in.
Nice job by Streeter on that occasion. Took it right at the Dragons.
He has 5 points now total for the Indy Pirates. 29-18. The lead is 11. Here's another Bandu 3 and the same result from the opposite side though.
Corner right, corner left.
He has 10. Wouldn't want to play him in snooker, I don't think, because he can hit it from all over the place. 34 ticks left on the clock. Independence basketball down by 14. Jumper up, a three-pointer doesn't go, but Bandu will be ticketed for the foul. Caught him on the arm. It'll be 3 free throws coming for Streeter. Lineup more than likely for Bandu. Free throws up and good by Streeter. 32-19, a couple more for Streeter now. Free throw toss, second one doesn't go. Hits the front end of the iron. Shoot. At the line will be Streeter. Takes his time. Free throw toss is up and no good. Rebound Houston.
Number 10.
So he already has 10 rebounds to go along with 8 points in the contest.
Dragons should take the last shot of the first half.
Yep, 14 ticks left on the clock now. Hutchinson works it around. Here's Bandu. Kicks it, Justin. What a pass underneath. Salnuhu, basket, good, and one. What a pass by Justin.
My goodness. I mean, he passed it at the same instant. He touched it, delivered it down on the baseline perfectly for Nuhu for the lay-in, and Nuhu was fouled.
4.7 ticks on the clock. 34-19. Salnuhu with a great first half. What a pass by Justin. All right, Nuhu gets set. Free throw toss is up and good. So 10. Missing by Indy at the buzzer, and we go to intermission with the Dragons with a comfortable 16-point lead over Indy, 35-19. We will take a 2-minute timeout, get set for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule, brought to you by that Little White Castle at 14th and Main. Dragons lead at 35-19. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to the Hartman Arena in Park City, Kansas. Glenn Grunwald, Rusty Hills. We're at halftime of the first quarterfinal game of the day here at Hartman Arena. Blue Dragons on top. The Hutch Blue Dragons 35, Indy Pirates 19. Other games getting ready to get set coming up at 3 o'clock will be Butler versus Pratt. This is the opening day of the tournament here at Hartman, even though first round action we're at the home sites, and Indy got a nice win over Garden City. But right now, it's been all Blue Dragons in this first half. It's time for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Here's Rusty Hills.
All right, we've talked about the Medicine Shop a batch of times for a lot of great reasons. Suffice it to say that if you're looking for an outstanding pharmacy in a city blessed with a lot of terrific pharmacies, I have never found one any better than the Medicine Shop. I started with Rick and the folks a number of years ago, double digits, way into double digits, and I've stayed with them. I like the Little White Castle on the northwest corner of 14th and Main. The most amazing statistic to me at halftime is rebounding. The Blue Dragons out-rebounding the Pirates 29-15, and two Blue Dragons, Shakur Justin with 10 and Salnuhu with 7. Those two by themselves have out-rebounded the Pirates 17-15, and Dragon teammates have contributed 12 more. Neither team shooting it particularly well. 13 of 30 for Hutchinson, 43% shooting. 7 of 32, 22% shooting for the Pirates. This has to be one of the best Blue Dragon defensive halves of the season. Hutchinson made good on a couple of three-pointers, both of those by Devontae Bandu, first from the right corner and then the next trip down the floor from the left corner. Meanwhile, the Pirates, a team that normally hits about 35% of their three-pointers, they made only 1 of 12. Hutch was 7 of 10 at the free throw line, 4 of 6 for Indy. Dragons might have turned it over a little bit too much, turned it over 10 times. Pirates turned it over 6. For Hutchinson in the first half, Devontae Bandu and Salnuhu, two youngsters off the bench, leading the way with 10 points each. Shakur Justin contributed 8. 2 points came from Samaje Haynes-Jones and 5 for Kai Mitchell. So if you are doing the arithmetic, 25 of the 35 Dragon points in the first half come from off the bench. And what a weapon that is for Steve Eck. For the Independence Pirates, it doesn't take long to go through their scoring. Dejon Streeter scored 6. Tyrone Riley had 6. 3 points for Shantez Scroggins, 2 each for Michael Carson and for DeAnthony McCallum. It is the Blue Dragons with a whopping 16-point advantage at halftime, 35-19. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll return with more from Hartman Arena in Park City. As you might expect from a team that has won its 13th consecutive conference championship, this one by 4 games, University of Kansas has started to rack up the awards. Bill Self was named the Coach of the Year in the conference. That's the 5th time Bill has won that honor. Frank Mason was named the Player of the Year in the conference, and before we're all said and done, Frank may very well be the National Player of the Year. And Josh Jackson has been named the Newcomer of the Year in the Big 12. In case you're looking at college basketball, there are some college basketball games going on. The biggest is the finals of the Missouri Valley Tournament. Wichita State and Illinois State have separated themselves from the pack. They have split their pair of regular season games with each other. They're playing for a championship today, and with 4:19 to go in the first half, nationally number 21 ranked Wichita State leads Illinois State 27-21. Cincinnati, ranked number 18, got its 27th straight win over UConn, 67-47. I think the Bearcats may very well be a factor as postseason comes rolling down the pike. A couple of games yet to be played in the Big Ten. Number 16 Purdue plays Northwestern, and Minnesota plays number 22 Wisconsin. Here again at halftime, it is the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson. Pretty comfortable. Maybe not as good offensively as you might think they should be, but tremendous defensively. And it is the Blue Dragons 35-19 up on Independence. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. 25 points off the bench. 71% of Hutchinson's first half points coming from the bench. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll return to Hartman Arena after this. If the Blue Dragons hang on to this 16-point lead, they would advance to the semifinals of the region and would play tomorrow at 7, or not tomorrow, they would play Tuesday at 7 o'clock here in Hartman Arena against the winner of the upcoming game between Butler and Pratt. Butler 17-12, Pratt 10-19. The victor of that one would await the Blue Dragons. But first, Hutchinson has to take care of business. This game has 20 minutes more basketball to be played. But the Hutchinson defensive effort in that first half was superb.
Really was. Late games tonight in the O show at 12 and 19 come in and take on Coffeyville at 19 and 12. Just a complete opposite on records there. And then the 7 o'clock game will be Cali versus Barton. And Barton and Cali is always a war to go at. Ladies' turn tomorrow. It'll be Seward versus Independence in the 1 o'clock game. Barton will take on Hutch at the 3 o'clock game. Rustin, I'll be here for that one. Hutchinson 30-1 and co-conference champions with Seward. Then the late games tomorrow night, the ladies, Butler and Cali at 5 and Cloud and Coffeyville at 7. No really upsets by way of home and away in the first round for the ladies, but like I said, there were 3 for the guys, and as Rusty indicated, it is tournament time.
Well, because the Blue Dragon women lost the coin flip, they had to play a game midweek this week. But the biggest problem that creates for the Blue Dragons is it puts them in much the tougher of the 2 brackets on the women's side. So the Blue Dragon women are going to have to be sharp to get it done. They're certainly capable of running the table all 3 games, but most likely awaiting the Blue Dragon women in the second game in the semifinals would be Butler.
In the guys bracket, there's 3 teams with losing records, Independence being one of them at 14 and 16. As Pratt comes in at 11 and 19 with that big upset over Cloud. So there's some good basketball to be played. It's kind of like what I thought. I thought it would be a heck of a tournament here at Harmon, and I believe it's still going to be.
And we've seen the Independence Pirates do a nice job. They've taken the Dragon offense. They've gotten the Dragon offense to the point where it's not clicking along very well. But the Dragons stepped up and played such wonderful defense that even though the 35 points that Hutchinson has at halftime is a long ways from what they would expect to score in a normal first half, they're still comfortable.
A good point taken. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with the second half. We'll be back right after this.
Well, the Blue Dragons will play it in to start the second half, leading by 16.
Yeah, left to right as you watch and listen. Glad to have everybody along on the Blue Dragon Sports Network today, as well as on Country 102.9 and KWBW in Hudson. There's a steal. Samaja Haynes-Jones missed handlings. Outlet run and a basket quickly put up and in by Carson for Indy. And just like that, Indy with a quick start. They know they got some ground to make up, and they get a quick basket right there. Here's Houston. Back outside. J.J. Rhymes trying to get to it. He was bopped into the backcourt, and he'll bring it up on a dribble. Shoots it on its way. It's not there. Gets his own rebound. Knifes inside. Puts the ball up. It can't get it done. Ball sails out and ran down by Poppy Conley. J.J. Rhymes stops, shoots it on its way, and hits that one. Good persistence.
2 offensive rebounds will get you a lot of second chance baskets.
Rhymes with his first basket of the ball game. He had opportunity for a couple free throws early, did not hit them.
Maybe we ought to keep track of third chance baskets.
Might be. He worked hard on that possession. Ball on the outside, Indy. With the ball is Riley. Back again, jumper on its way. Streeter, shot up and good, a 2-pointer. 37-23, Dragons on top. Samaja Haynes-Jones, he'll pop the 3 on its way and hits it. A big 3 by Samaja Haynes-Jones. Blue Dragons starting to get untracked a little bit. Indies came out and put a lot of pressure on the Dragons in this first minute and a half, but Hutchinson responding nicely now. 40-23, a 17-point Dragon lead. Ball on the outside, left side with it, Scroggins. Scroggins Feed on the left wing, jumper up and on its way, good. Basket's up and good by Tyrone Riley.
And Riley has hit 3 of those flat-footed, almost set shots.
Feed down low, wrap around underneath. Houston doesn't get a ball kicked out. Last touched off of Nick Sketchich. And in comes Kai Mitchell. Sketchich would take a break after about 2 minutes. 18:04 to go in this second half of play. Dragons lead at 40-25. Indy will bring the basketball up. Scoggins, who has 3 points to his credit in the ball game, gives it off the drive on the basket to Carson. Not there. Battle for the board underneath. Indy wins it again. Now this time a block and a foul called. See who they whistle. It's going to be a 2-shot foul coming for Tyrone Riley. I didn't see who they whistled. And I don't think the official table knows as yet either. They gave a quick indication, but I don't think that person was in there. Is it going to be on Mitchell? I mean, on Kai?
No, I'm not sure the official is sure.
I'm not sure either.
Walks over to the table.
It's Shakur Houston who they're going to whistle.
His first.
And that's actually better than Kai Mitchell picking up the personal.
Would have been 3 on Kai.
Kind of looked and you could have taken a choice of either one, Houston or Kai Mitchell. Free throw coming by Riley. His high arching shot does not go. He'll shoot a second one. Free throw percentage for Indy.
Decent.
Yeah, decent. Very decent.
71% for the year. Pretty good.
Free throw toss up and good. It's got the bounce and down and through.
Full court pressure. Shouldn't be a problem for Hutchinson.
Lead is cut to 14 points. Dragons 40-26. Underneath Houston, basket good. Nice assist by J.J. Rhymes. Kind of get a little teardrop pass to Houston. He lays it in off the glass. Good for 2.
Dragons have 3 players with 10 points.
Jumper up and on its way by Indy. It won't go. Rebound cleared away by the Blue Dragons. As Poppy Conley helped out with Houston. Samaji's shot doesn't go. Put back not there by Houston. Short shot, and the rebound's going to be cleared out by Indy. Indy will reset the offense. Streeter with a long 3. Got it. Big 3 by Streeter. Boy, he knocked that one down from way downtown. He has 11.
And the Pirates are working their way back into it just a little bit.
Streeter in 2 games scored 38 points against Hutchinson, 20 at Hutchinson and 18 at home.
Had 19 in the first half. They have 10 in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
Here's Kai Mitchell. Works his way inside, loose basketball, and pops away from him. With the basketball comes Indy. Not a good possession for Hutchinson right there. All on the outside is Scroggins. They'll kick it on the right. Ball stolen away, but right back in the Scroggins' hands. It was popped away, and there's a steal by Houston. Outlet comes quickly to J.J. Rhymes. Rhymes will give it off to Poppy Conley. He'll take it in strong. Rims out on him. No good, though, and the ball goes over to the Blue Dragons. Poppy Conley had an off shot, but out of bounds. It went around, what, twice?
Yeah, it went around way more than once.
Poppy will inbound right side baseline.
Conley hasn't scored yet.
Cutter's cut, gets it into Kai Mitchell underneath. Too strong and too far under, but a foul called. Carson will pick up his first. So
Mitchell should get free throws.
Kai Mitchell out of Haverstraw, New York. And he will be shooting a couple. 16-11 to go. Free throw toss is up and good by Kai Mitchell. Makes it 42-29 Hutchinson. Deep knee bend. The free throw toss is up and good. Got them both. And Indy just about turned it over. Last touched out of bounds by the Blue Dragons. Streeter mishandled it and kicked it back quickly into the hands of Turner, and then Poppy Conley decided to say hello to the bench, to the sideline bench over here. Here comes Indy up the court. Blue Dragons will put a little pressure on Scroggins as he brings it across. Here's Streeter. He'll drive in, puts an off-balance shot up, tipped up and good.
Might have been tipped in by Conlon.
They're going to give it to Streeter on the tip. 15:46 to go. Dragon lead is 44-31. Hutchison takes it in. Kai Mitchell, little runner, basket good. Kai Mitchell getting it done. 9 points to his credit. Again, off the bench. Those off the bench points. Hutch had 25 in the first half. Indy feeds it on the low post. It works against Houston. Got a little bit of a block on it. Kai Mitchell with the rebound. Long pass thrown away. Bad pass by Kai Mitchell. Here we go the other way, and it's another, this time a bad pass by Indy. It'll be Hutchison's basketball. Trying to get Kai, that is, trying to get the outlet quickly to Poppy Conley, and substitutions. Here with the basketball up the court comes Poppy Conley. Mitchell out to Houston, takes it down low, puts it up, doesn't get it, put back underneath, not there. Rebound cleared by J.J. Rhymes, and he'll be fouled. He'll step to the line. Blue Dragons with a couple of opportunities. Really crashed the boards nicely today.
Hutchinson is just totally dominating the glass. And J.J. Rhymes will get a couple of opportunities. Foul is the first.
Here's JJ's free throw toss is up and good.
Actually, it's the third foul on Streeter, so that's a big foul.
That is a big foul. Like I indicated, 38 points in the two other games that Hutch has played Indy. Rhymes, second toss. This one's good as well. So J.J. Rhymes now with 4 points on the afternoon. Subpar for him, but they've been kind of taking him out of the ball game. Ball on the outside, Streeter. He'll let one go. Not there. Rebound, Samaje Haynes-Jones to Kai Mitchell on the outlet. He'll knife in, reverses, puts it up and in. Nice move by Kai Mitchell. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Independence Pirates. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full 1 minute break. 14:36 remaining to go in this second half of play. Dragons 50, Indy 31. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hutchinson with its biggest lead of the game, 19 at 50-31. For those of you who like to keep track of such things, Shakur Houston with 13 rebounds. He is the Blue Dragon single game record holder with 20.
Shakur also with 10 points, so another double-double. Well, I looked at Player of the Week numbers the other day, and he just keeps racking them up in the Jayhawk Conference. Feed down low blocks, right side. Nice move underneath by the Indy Independence Pirates, and Riley's able to put it up and in. Got it in one.
And that'll be the second foul on Houston.
Over to back on Houston.
Riley is actually the leading scorer in the game on the inside. Streeter has 13 to lead all scorers.
But Tyrone Riley had 20 in that loss to Hutchison just a week or so ago on the fourth.
He's been consistently good.
Free throw toss off, no good. Rebound cleared away by Samaje Haynes-Jones. Samaji will play his basketball at Wichita State University next year. Here's Bandu and a blocking foul way outside. And talk about Riley, he just picks up the personal.
Yeah, out there where it is a most unproductive foul. You're not going to ever get away with that.
I think that's going to be his third. So a couple of Pirates now, I believe so, Rusty. They didn't ever.
Yeah, Streeter has
sure
three
is.
also.
You bet. Here's a little give and go. Jumper up and good underneath. Not a jump, but a slam by Mitchell, and a foul as well. It goes against Indy.
That is a big man that was way up in the air.
Kai Mitchell is. And I think he's going to get bigger as he builds.
Mitchell now with 15.
He's having a heck of a game off the bench.
Yep.
Both he and Sal Nuhu, which we haven't seen Nuhu in the second half yet. Mitchell's free throw not there. Samaji hustles in and gets the rebound. He goes up, doesn't get it. Put back by Mitchell's good. Basically a 4-point possession, all Kai Mitchell. 54-33. That gets the crowd in red for the Blue Dragons up on their feet. Credit that to Samaji Haynes-Jones. Ball on the outside. Long three-pointer up and good. What a shot from outside by McCallum. So McCallum with long range. Makes it 54-36. Blue Dragons with the lead. Hutchison, Blue Dragons. Trying to get back-to-back trips to the national tournament. Jumper by Bandu is good. I like the bench.
Yeah, Devontae Bandu having a nice game. He has 12 points without forcing it.
And quite a few rebounds to go along with those 12 points as well. Clock nearing the 13-minute mark. Ball a pop away from Indy. A reset. Scroggins. A little give and go underneath. Again to Riley. His block and a Kai Mitchell foul.
Over the back.
And Kai will pick up the third. Caught him on the wrist and the back. And he'll pick up his third. Steve looks to the bench, hasn't made a decision yet. Tyler Cotton was set to check in. Let's see if he's going to remain.
Mitchell right now is going to stay there.
He walked to the bench and coach sent him back. Now they're going to send Houston back in, so Kai Mitchell will take a seat. J.J. Rhymes gets a break. Tyler Cotton back in. Young little Wichita guard, freshman. Has played well while he's been in there this year for the Blue Dragons. Brandt into the lineup for the Independence Pirates. 13:03 to go. Free throw toss is up and good. So Riley hits the free throw, makes it 56-38. Dragons, Hutchison Blue Dragons with the lead and the basketball. Bandu to Houston. Houston way outside. Back to Tyler Cotton. Right side to Nuhu. Here goes to Bandu. He'll pull it back. Houston holds it left side now. Sal Nuhu. Bandu for three. Rattles out on him. No good. And a foul called. It will be Hutchison's basketball. Nuhu was fouled.
That's 4 fouls on Tyrone Riley.
Well, we just bragged about him, and all of a sudden he is in foul trouble. More than likely we'll see some time on the bench. Victonio Pratt will check in. We have not seen him as of yet this afternoon. Camden, New Jersey is his hometown for the Indy Pirates. Feed inside. Bandu off balance, rejected. That'll be basket interference. Bandu will get the basket.
And an assist to Shakur Houston.
Just saw the big hand come up right as it was starting to go into the cylinder.
Yeah.
12:32 remaining to go in the contest. I'm surprised we don't see that call more, Rusty, as much as they fly above the rim.
Yep.
Scroggins, ball on the outside. They'll hand it away. They'll weave it again. Into the hands of Grant. Ball on the outside. Grant will gun it on its way. Rims out on him, no good. Battle for the board. Taken away by Tyler Cotton. Outlet thrown away. Try to get it to Houston on the outlet. Cotton with the turnover. They'll take it down low. Shot up, and a charging foul is going to be called. Who took it? Samaji.
Samaji accepting the charge.
Cotton like to have that pass back that he had, but then again, we even had the charging foul called. The Blue Dragons have 11:56 before they advance to the semis. Winner of this game plays semifinal action coming up at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. Loose basketball, Saunuhu with the shot. It won't get it. Jump ball is going to be called. It'll be possession arrow to the Indy Pirates.
Possession arrow, Indy Pirates.
And I believe that's the longest shot we have seen Saunuhu take all season long.
I saw him warming up. I was wondering, what the heck are you doing? You never have it out there, but I think you're probably correct.
And it wasn't that long. It was about a 16-footer. But he shot at 15. That was the problem.
Make me have to dig here a little bit and see if he's put up any three. Yeah, he was 0 for 2 coming into the ball game from outside the arc, so he has put up a couple of other ones.
Probably at the end of shot clock.
In the conference, only 0 for 1, so you're right. Probably was that. Ball on the outside, Scroggins. Indy kicks it out off the ball screen. They'll roll right. Layup doesn't go. Rebound, Houston. Comes out to Samaji Haynes-Jones. Here's Bandu. He'll kick it back. Samaji with the basketball. Takes it down, dribble penetrates, wraps it around right-handed. He puts it up and in. Changed hands and put it up and in. Dragons dribble penetration at its best. 60-38, Hutchinson. Jumper up and rimming good. A nice basket put up by Turner. Tate Turner off the pick.
He has had very little success against Hutchinson. That's just 10 points in 3 games, and he averages 14 points a game.
Dragon lead cut down to 20 now. It's 60-40. Jumper by Cotton doesn't go. Rebound. Nuhu had it for a second and slipped away from him. Out the court comes Indy on the run. Independence Pirates. Jumper up. No good. Rebound. Saunuhu had it for a second. Got away from him. Samaji Haynes-Jones comes away with the loose basketball. Samaji into traffic. Leaner. Shot off the glass. Good by Samaji Haynes-Jones. He has back-to-back baskets. 62-40 Hutchinson. Blue Dragons contain this lead. They will take on the winner of Butler and Pratt. That will be at 7 o'clock coming up on Tuesday evening. Long three on its way. Scroggins doesn't get it. Rebound ran down though by Scroggins. Ball sails to the corner right. They'll reset it. Indy will reset the offense. 9:44 remaining to go in the second half of play. Scroggins, right side. They'll pull it back. The jumper on its way up and good. No good. Rebound cleared out there by Houston. Gets another one.
15.
Hutchison will bring it up slowly. Samaji Haynes-Jones will bring it across the timeline with a little trot. Angle dribble to the top of the key. Bandu with it on the right side. Over to Tyler Cotton. Right in front of the Blue Dragon bench. Samaji Haynes-Jones has it. Off the ball screen. Follow-away jumper up. Good. 6 straight points by Samaji Haynes-Jones has given the Dragons a 64-40 lead, their largest lead of the contest. There's a nifty ball screen over in the corner. Hutchison was tied early. Looked to be loosening up pretty good now in this second half. Ball on the outside. McCallum used up his dribble. Here's the steal. Bandu to Cotton. Puts it up and scores it. Tyler Cotton with the basket. Assist by Bandu, and he has a big smile on his face as he comes down. Hutchison determined to get to that championship game that'll be played on Wednesday night. See if they can get a top seed in the tournament. Jumper up, missing, rebound clear by Tyler Cotton. Here comes Bandu. Finds the seam wide open, goes for the alley-oop to Saunuhu, and he puts it up and in. Bandu could have easily shot that, Rusty. Elected not to. And the timeout's going to be taken by Indy. They're seasoned in doubt of continuing right now. Down 68-40, a good 12 minutes for the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be back right after this.
What a job done by the Hutchinson bench in this game. 43 of 68 points have come off the bench. So the Blue Dragon starters have scored 25. The bench has scored 43. Hutchinson leading the rebounding, 45-24. Shakur Justin with 15 of those. Blue Dragon shooting close to 50%, just under it. Only 29% for the Pirates.
Indy's basketball after the timeout. Ball on the outside. They'll shoot the long three. It rattles out on him, no good. Salnu, who sails in there and gets the rebound.
He has 8 of them.
Blue Dragons will bring it up. Tell you what, little effort right here. He could have double-double on the afternoon. Here's Salnu, who nice in, puts it up and scores it. Tell you what, I'm going to find out what that young man had for breakfast because I need some of it.
He's been playing like this of late.
Staying healthy. That's a key for Salnu. 7:30 to go in the contest. Ball rejected. Salnu took a bat at it. I think he might have got the block, or then he also got the rebound. Here's J.J. Rhymes trying to get up and underneath the Bandu. It goes away, and Indy comes up with the basketball. India drive in. Ball rejected by Bandu. The rebound by Tyler Cotton. Long pass to Bandu. That was Salnu with the block, excuse me. And out with the basketball, the Blue Dragons. They'll shoot the three. Tyler Cotton rims out on him, no good. Indy with the rebound. Salnu defensively. Missed shot. Tyler Cotton with the basketball. Hutchinson will bring it up. Indy seeing her season dwindle away right now. Here's Bandu with the ball on the outer perimeter. Outside Nuhu. He'll hand it away over to Tyler Cotton.
Blue Dragons will play 7 o'clock Tuesday in the semifinals.
Tyler Cotton drives in, puts it up, and scores it.
2 more for the Hutchinson bench.
Cotton, by the way, with 4 points off the bench. Knows his role. Feet down low on the inside, back outside, jumper up, short shot not there. Loose basketball, a foul called. They're going to whistle this one on Hutchinson. Foul's going to be called on Bandu. We might have to tell our friend Scott Stiles how you pronounce Bandu's name.
What's
Bando.
Well,
it's easy. I think I did the very first time this year with the D-O-O. Drive inside.
Well, O would be like zoo, and boo, you would think it would become automatically a Bandu.
Foul charged against the Blue Dragons. Picking up the foul was Tyler Cotton. Ball thrown away, and J.J. Rhymes comes up with it. Rhymes will bring it on the dribble. He'll attack, takes it inside, and scores it. Went down hard. He's going to be okay, but J.J. Rhymes scoring his 6th point of the contest.
Once you get the opposition out of a zone, I don't think there's very many teams that could play man-to-man against Hutchinson.
There's a drive and a block by Salnuhu. Here comes Bandu the other way. Flips it home. Oh, did he go up? Did he crawl the ladder or what?
Bandu with 16.
He's got such elevation. So one end it was Salnuhu, at the other end it was Bandu. 76-40 Dragons over the Indy Pirates. The drive to the basket, shot not there, but a foul call. That might have got Salnuhu on the foul. No check. J. Rhymes picks up the personal. Rhymes with only his first.
Riley shoots a couple.
Blue Dragons will substitute. Trent Webster will check in. Kyle Patrick will check in. And also checking in will be Fatir Hines.
In many ways, one of Hutchinson's most impressive games of a very impressive season.
First few minutes weren't, but it's right after the 2-minute mark, then they took over.
But this is the first time we've seen the Blue Dragons play a suffocating defense, and they really did in the first half.
Salnuhu getting a great applause from the Blue Dragon faithful over there as he checks out. That'll make that young man feel really great. Foul was called, by the way. Free throws up and good, and scoring both free throw points was Riley.
He's about the only one of the Pirates having a good game.
And he's playing with foul trouble right now. Bandu remains in there. Here's J.J. Rhymes, and he's fouled from behind. This whistle on McCallum.
Fouls on number 33.
Should bring free throws.
Yeah, should be one-on-ones coming. J.J. Rhymes. If you ask J.J., he's not going to be pleased with his game. At the same time, Indy kind of did a good job of taking him out of it.
J.J. likes to go to the basket, and that's hard to do when they're in a zone.
Free throw off, it's marked no good. Rebounds cleared out by the Indy Pirates. They'll bring it up. Turner outside of McCallum. Left side, there's a drive by Kelly, who's in the ball game for the first time, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Hutchinson. Kyle Patrick will pick up the personal. Kyle's out of Otis High School, but also attended high school at Central Christian for a couple years. Went to be coached by his dad up at Otis. Another one of the fine Patrick clan. Free throws up and missing by Michael Kelly, who's out of Baltimore, Maryland. Have something to announce, Rusty, which is not good news while he shoots his free throw. Police and fire at Hutchinson are requesting all those in the Highland area to evacuate immediately due to wildfire. Free throws up and good, by the way, by Kelly. So fire is broken out up in the Highland area.
Tell you what, there is so much growth left over from last year, and you get the combination of a spark and wind, and it is tough.
Follow-away jumper by Bandu, and Bandu's been tough today. It's up and good. Makes it with 4:30 to go in the contest, 78-43.
Bandu has
Hutchinson,
18.
Yeah. One of his better games. Ball on the outside. A jumper up by Indy, way short, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Nice job by Turner to stay with it. Now set up the offense, dribble penetration, and a foul called. Stops the clock with 4:06 to go.
Going to be on Fatir Hines.
So he gets set to shoot free throws.
J.J. Rhymes will come out. 6 points on the afternoon for J.J.
At the line again, like you indicated, Riley, who's had a good game. Free throw toss, gets that one down as well.
It's 16.
Nice game for him.
Yep. Well,
he had 7 and 20 in the 2 meetings before. It's tough to play a team 3 times in a row, both by way of the team that won the first 2, and free throw toss, got them both.
I'd a lot rather be the team that won the first 2 because the other one is wondering whether there's any way they can beat you.
Exactly.
And this afternoon, the Dragons proved there wasn't.
Kyle Patrick with the basketball. He'll kick it inside in traffic. It's going to be Bandu. Kyle Patrick from outside. It won't go. Rebound cleared. Had a good look. Here Indy comes up with it. Patrick, known as a shooter, both he and Trent Webster, great shooters from the outside. Jumper up and missing. Rebound. Tyler Cotton for the Blue Dragons. Cotton to give it off to Bandu, and Bandu will bring it up quickly on the dribble. Corner right, they'll work it. Cotton. Here's Trent Webster. He'll launch the 3. It rims out on him, no good. Rebound cleared out by Indy with 3:15 to go. Up the court, contact made, jump ball called. Nice call. In some instances, Rusty, you would have seen a foul called in that regard. Not that time, and they called the jump ball, which I think was proper. Trent Webster with good defense. Inbounding will be the Blue Dragons with 3:10 to go in the contest. Up the court will come Cotton. Dribble penetrate, and a foul called right in his hip outside was McCallum. It will send to the line Tyler Cotton to shoot free throws. 2:59 to go in this quarterfinal game to start off the day here at Hartman Arena. Free throw toss is up and missing, and the rebound cleared out by Indy. Dragons have missed the last few trips to the line. But it's going to be academic because Hutchinson leading at 78-45. To feed down the low blocks, ball knocked away. Hutchinson basketball. So the Blue Dragons will bring it up. Tyler Cotton out of Wichita. Probably has a lot of family in the stands watching him play today. Trent Webster outside to Patrick. Left side, Hines. Bandu off the ball screen. Back to Hines, corner left. Pulls it up. 12-footer. Shot off the front of the rim. No good. And rebound's going to be cleared out by the Independence Pirates. Left side, back out on the outer perimeter. Indy works it around the three, up and good from outside by Michael Kelly. Makes it 78-48. So Blue Dragons trying to advance and will advance to the semifinal. That game again is 7 o'clock. Rusty and I'll be on the air about 6:50. There are some games in front of us on Tuesday night. Shot missing, rebound cleared out. Here comes Indy. They'll gun it on its way. Shot up and good. Scoring it was Tate Turner.
Two-pointer.
A two-pointer by Turner. Indy's going to fall to 14-17. Their season will come to an end. Driving underneath, outside now. Patrick has the ball slapped away from him. Indy comes up with it. And a foul's going to be called on Trent Webster. The long pass went down to McCallum. And it'll be a foul shot coming for Indy. Tony Turner, though, I think, you look at his team, Rusty, he's got some kids to build on. Predominantly sophomore, but got a couple of freshmen that played pretty good.
With unlimited out-of-staters next year, you better have some players on your roster.
78-51 free throw was made.
A lot of controversy about that, but I think the question is moot because there will be a lot of additional talent in the league next year.
Free throw tosses.
Both good.
Not good. 1:20 to go. Ball knocked away. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. Indy's still playing hard, putting some pressure on. Here comes the inbound. Into Cotton, they get it across. Patrick to Trent Webster. Lobs one. Hines can't get to it. A foul called as they took Hines' legs out from underneath him with 1:12 to go. Fatir Hines will shoot free throws. Hines out of Newark, New Jersey. Hines came into the contest averaging about 6 minutes a game. Free throws up and missing, however. And with that, the ball will go over to Indy. Indy, they'll dribble drive it underneath. Ball rejected, foul called. Indy will shoot free throws. Kelly will step to the line.
Hines picks up the foul.
Kelly just hit a three a little while ago. Will get set to shoot the free throw. Free throw toss, off its mark, no good. He will get set to shoot the second one here. Free throw toss is up and missing. Rebound cleared out by Bandu. Dragons will bring it up with 1 minute to go. Bandu trying to get control of the ball. Gets it over to Patrick. He'll set up the offense. Corner right. Here's a drive by Cotton underneath. Shot won't go. Battle for the board taken away by the Indy Pirates. And out the court comes Kelly. He'll loop one up. Doesn't get it. Followed not there by Gant. Rebound cleared by the Blue Dragons. Nice job by Tyler Cotton to get to the basketball. And Hines gives it off to Patrick. The Blue Dragons with 30 seconds to go. Feed down low to Hines. Turns the ball over on the baseline. Up comes Indy. Long pass down court. Layup good. Scoring it McCallum. McCallum with 9 points in the ball game now. Hutchinson's Patrick has it. And they're just going to hold on to the basketball. Your final will be Hutchinson 78, Indy 54. Blue Dragons advance to the semifinals. For the second straight year, they'll take on the winner of Butler versus Pratt. The game coming up in just a little bit. We will take a 2-minute timeout and get set for the Medicine Shop postgame wrap, brought to you by the Medicine Shop. 14th and Main and Hutchinson, Little White Castle at 14th and Main. Hutchinson 78, Indy 54. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Win today, a convincing win over the Independence Pirates, and they will be set to take on the winner between Butler and Pratt, a game that's getting underway here coming up at 3 o'clock at the top of the hour. It's time for the Medicine Shop postgame wrap, brought to you by the Medicine Shop in Hutchinson. Here's Rusty Hills.
All right, the Medicine Shop wants you to know that if you get your prescriptions filled at the Medicine Shop, they'll do everything they possibly can to make sure that your wait is no longer than 5 or at the most 10 minutes. That is far better than a lot of pharmacies are able to do. You will like the Medicine Shop. A lot to like about the Blue Dragons, who got 51 points off the bench in this win over the Independence Pirates, 78-54. Dragons actually led 76-42 when substitutes came in to finish up the basketball game. But a 51-point bench effort, I would suspect, without having had time to check it, that is the best performance off the bench for the Blue Dragons all season long. Hutchinson hit 32 of 66 shots, 49%. Not very good from 3, just 3 of 14. Made 11 of 18 free throws, but held the Pirates to 28% shooting. Independence was dismal from three-point land, 4 of 20, and 14 of 21 free throws went in for the Pirates. Hutchinson wins the rebound battle 53-34, 19 rebound advantage, and again, that was much greater until the last 5 minutes of the game. Dragons had 17 turnovers, 14 for the Independence Pirates. Hutchinson now 30-1 on the basketball season, and Hutchinson awaits the winner of the Butler-Pratt game, and that game coming up shortly this afternoon here in Hartman Arena. The matchup between Hutchinson and the winner will be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock right back here at Hartman. For the Blue Dragons, 18 points for Devontae Bandu led all Hutchinson scorers. Kai Mitchell had 15, 14 points for Sal Nuhu, 11 points for Samaji Haynes-Jones. Shakur Justin was pretty quiet. He had 10, but had 15 rebounds to go with his 10 points. Nuhu was spectacular, dominating the glass and also showing us what he can do when he can get to the basket. The Blue Dragons were a terrific basketball team. J.J. Rhymes with 6 and Tyler Cotton with 4, rounding out the scoring for Hutchinson. For the Independence Pirates, Dejon Streeter scored 13, but Tyrone Riley led the way with 17. DeAnthony McCollum had 9. A trio with 4 each, Tate Turner, Michael Carson, and Michael Kelly. And 3 points for Shantez Scroggins as the Pirates ended their basketball season 14-17. Impressive defense by the Blue Dragons in the first half. Impressive rebounding throughout the basketball game, and a terrific performance off the bench. 51 points off the bench. The Hutchinson bench almost outscored the Independence Pirates. We're going to go ahead and close out the game portion of our broadcast. We hope to talk to Hutchinson coach Steve Eck, but we also have to make way for the broadcasters for the next game. We're going to close out the game portion now, come back and see if we can work in a visit with Coach Eck. Well, not sure whether we're going to be able to work in the visit with Coach Eck or not. No sign of him yet at our broadcast position. I would think that it would be a very satisfied Hutchinson coach. Steve loves good defense, and certainly the Blue Dragons played that, holding the Independence Pirates to 54 points for the basketball game. That's 21 points under their average. And the Blue Dragons in the game's first half permitting the Pirates just 19. Hutchinson's offense struggled, so it is nice to know that the Blue Dragons can turn up the defensive fervor and keep themselves in a basketball game in which the offense isn't clicking until the offense comes on. And the Blue Dragons played some pretty good offense over the game's final 30 minutes in winning it 78-54. So to the semifinals, 30 wins on the basketball season against just a single loss. In Glenn Grunwald, pretty nice afternoon.
Yeah, it is. Real quick, we need to mention also the Highland area north of Hutchinson is being evacuated due to grass fires. So if you live in that area or know somebody that does live in that area, you might want to give them a call.
And Coach Eck on his way to our broadcast position, so stay with us. As soon as we can get a headset on Steve, we're going to visit with the Salt Hawk head coach. Well, Coach, we need to maybe shorten things up a little bit, but I know you want to rave about your bench. 51 points off the bench.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
At halftime, we had more points off bench than we did the starters. JJ and Poppy were off tonight a little bit, and Sal came in and did, I thought, a really wonderful job. Hope he keeps that up for a couple more games if we have that chance. And I thought Devontae can shoot the ball. That's what he does. And anybody else can penetrate, too.
And in the first half, you struggle a little bit offensively, but your defense, for the first time in a long time, really impressed me with what it's capable of doing.
Okay.
Did it impress you as much as it impressed me?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty good defense against Dodge City, too.
Yeah, you did.
The last 2 games.
No
but yeah, because the Independence gives us trouble. They're hard to guard, and we did a good job on the guards tonight. That's what we was trying to focus on was make sure the guards didn't get to the line and didn't go off on us.
Blue Dragons were a pretty good basketball team this afternoon, wouldn't you say, overall?
Yeah, overall we got off to a slow start, but I'm used to that sometimes. But we got off to a slow start, and the guys came back and played together and stayed together and won as a team.
Now, will you go back to Hutch? Did you spend the night in Wichita last night?
Yeah, we practice tomorrow in Wichita tomorrow, so I got some games, and we want to support the girls, so hopefully we're here until Wednesday night.
Well, Coach, a nice article on you in the Hutchinson paper. I know
Yeah.
you don't like to talk about it, but I'll talk about it. Terrific job.
Thanks. I didn't know it was that awkward. Because I enjoy talking to adults. It's just only if they get in the way of my team, then I don't talk to them. But first thing I'm going to do after the season's over with, I'm going to take my slacks to Anita and get them taken up, because I didn't know that they were that baggy either.
Hey, Coach, they complain about my clothes for being too bright, and I'm not changing.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of weight, so I got to get some smaller slacks, I guess. I got a big waist and small legs, so anyway.
What you have is a heck of a basketball team, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you very
on a
much.
Great afternoon.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Comments of Hutchinson coach Steve Eck after the Blue Dragons take care of business in the quarterfinals. 78-54 was the final. And Glenn, I think we probably need to get out of here and make way for the next basketball game. We'll be back over in Hartman Arena tomorrow. It's a 3 o'clock game. The Hutchinson girls against Barton will be here for that shortly before 3 o'clock. And certainly we will follow both Blue Dragon basketball teams throughout. From Hartman Arena in Park City, Rusty Hills, good afternoon, everybody.